Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Jonny. Jonny's from Long Beach in California and he's a yoga instructor. So let's see what Jonny has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Jonny. Yes, I can hear now. Hello, how are you Jonny?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much. Thanks for doing this with me. Thanks so much for being part of my project.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Great. So just before we start the game, just tell me where you're from.
I am from Long Beach, California.
Amazing. And what do you do for a living?
I am a yoga instructor and corporate wellness consultant, as well as a writer.
Oh, wow, amazing. Tell me what's the most interesting thing about being a yoga teacher, yoga instructor?
The most interesting thing is definitely connection, being able to connect with so many different people in so many different ways. And, you think you're really just, at first when you start teaching yoga, you think you're literally just teaching a class where it's postures and breaths, but it ends up being so much more to some people. And you end up making friends out of your students and you connect with your fellow teachers and make friends out of them. And this really cool community is built.
Right. Do you think yoga worldwide is being growing more and more now? Like people, they are doing much more yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely expanded. And I think now we have to be really mindful about how we keep it expanding, but allow it to be accessible to all people. And also get back to the root of yoga, which is really about disconnecting from the ego and the external world and reconnecting to the inner self. So I think it's really important to get back to that because for a while in the West and still in many spaces, it's very much a physical thing and there's an aesthetic to it. And that's all great and dandy, but we also have to bring it back to its roots and why yoga was created in the first place.
Wow, amazing. And do you remember when it was the very first time when you did yoga?
The very first time I did, yeah, I was a kid. My mom used to do Brian Kess VHS, if you can remember, VHS tapes. He did yoga classes on VHS. And Brian Kess is this really big yoga teacher. And he was really one of the first ones, kind of in the 90s and 80s, like doing videos and like trying to make yoga a little bit more popular in the West. And so I joined her, I was like 10, in the living room and just, tried to follow along. And that was kind of my first experience.
That's amazing. That's very interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, Jonny, welcome to William and the Magic Box. So,
okay,
ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, let's get the first question.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
What do you think people need to know about each other before they get married?
Oh, wow. We're just diving in deep here. I think what you really need to know about your partner before you get married is how you react, or rather respond to adversity, to challenge, to conflict. Right. And be sure, because sometimes if you're reacting, it can be very extreme. So you need to know that of your partner and be okay with how they act in those times of conflict.
Oh, wow. Nice one. Very nice. Let's go for another question. Let's do it. Next question is, if you could go back in time in one moment in your life, what that would be and why?
Oh my gosh, wow. These questions, some of them are just really going deep. Where could I go back in time in my life? I think I would go back to my trip to Italy that I did in 2014, and I made all of these friends. And we just sort of roamed around Italy up and down for 2 weeks. And it's probably the most fun I've ever had in my life. So I was much younger then. So if I could go back to then, that would be great.
That's cool. So did you visit the main places in Italy, like main cities or?
Yeah, main cities. And then we, made our way through the countryside as well. But I mean, I was in the north, I was in the south, I was in the center, everywhere. So
It's amazing. I've never been in Italy, actually. Can you imagine? I'm so close to Italy. I've never
You're
been
so
there.
close. You're like a 2-hour flight away. For me,
I
it's
know.
15 hours to get there. For sure.
Let's get another question.
Okay.
Right. Next question is, what is your most embarrassing moment?
Oh, wow. Most embarrassing moment. I was in a yoga class one time and I was doing a headstand. So I was standing on my head.
Right.
And I was kind of close to the front mirror and I rolled over, like I fell out of it and I rolled over and I hit the mirror really loud. Nothing broke, luckily, but it was just this really loud boom, and the whole wall like rattled, and there were like 50 other people in the class and everyone looked at me, and that was just really embarrassing. But again, yoga's about disconnecting from the ego, so I think my ego is embarrassed that I'd fallen out of the posture and made all this noise. But you know, we all fall down sometimes and it's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even though in the very like relaxing moment it was, you know, yoga. Yeah. That's funny. Let's get another question. Let's get another one. What's the most difficult thing have you ever done?
The most difficult thing I have ever done was finish college. And I had a really tough kind of last couple of years with family issues and financial issues, and was really lost. And this is back in like 2011, 2012. And I had to move 4 times in a 9-month period. And it was just a really, really hard season of my life. So the hardest thing was working through all those challenges, the family issues, the financial issues, and then trying to complete school on top of all of that. But we made it through, and all things are temporary, and I'm here now. So
it was the biggest, when you look back, what's the biggest lesson you learned from all this period you went through? If you could name like something that you think that you learned out of this, you know?
I think that there's a few different takeaways. I think one of the takeaways is that all things are temporary, and the only way out is through. So sometimes when we're faced with challenge and opposition in our lives, as much as we want to resist it and deny it's happening or try and make it stop, sometimes we just have to accept that, okay, yeah, this is happening, it is hard, and then do your best to move through it and learn and grow along the way. So I definitely took that away, and I also took away that you can be more vulnerable with people than I think you typically let on. And instead of, you know, I think my instinct from the society I've been raised in, that we have all been raised in, is, you know, hide what is wrong and deny. Don't let anyone see what's actually happening. And instead I chose to lean on people and say, I'm really struggling in this way. I need support. I need to talk to someone. I need a hand up, you know, things like that. And just, you know, watching how people actually showed up for me, and you have to give your friends and your family an opportunity to rise and not judge you and instead empathize with you. So that was something I took away from it. And and then to make humor along the way as well. That even in the darkest times you can find a lot. Yeah.
That's true. That's totally true. Okay, Jonny, let's get another question. Let's do it. What season you feel more connected with, and why?
Can you say that? Summertime. I am a child of California on the beach. I grew up in the water, so I just love warm weather, sun, being able to be out late in the day, swimming in the ocean, having fun with friends, and just the bright, excitable energy of summer. So summer is I always thrive in the summertime.
Is your birthday around summer as well?
No, my birthday is in the winter. So I think I like the opposite of when I was born. When my birthday is always cold and raining. So I love the summer months.
I enjoyed the show so far, Jonny.
Yes, I'm loving this. I love answering questions and connecting.
Good.
So
good. Let's get another one then. Let's do it. Right. Next question is, sorry, when you get the mood, I just interrupt.
It's okay. And then you shut it off and you're back. You're back.
If you could be an animal, which one would be and why?
I would be an orca or a killer whale. They've always been my favorite animal since I was a kid, and I love that they are the apex predator in the ocean and they don't really have any natural predators. Yet at the same time, and so they're a very strong animal, yet at the same time they travel in pods in families, and they're very loving towards one another, and they play. And so they have this balance of being fierce and also loving and fun. And so I would love to just swim through the ocean as one of them with family and friends without any fear.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow, that's great. Let's get another one. Okay, next question is, what's your favorite TV show?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well I watch so much TV now. It's the golden age of television again, and it's great. But I'm gonna throw it way back to my all-time favorite show is Xena Warrior Princess from the 90s. Xena is my woman, she's my girl, and I grew up watching that show, and quite honestly, she informed a lot of how I am in my adult life, and always looking to do the greater good and help other people and stand in your power and stand up for what's wrong or stand up against what's wrong and stand up for what's right. So I still will go back and watch reruns of Xena and still learn something new every time.
That's amazing. When was the last time you watched it?
I actually watched an episode a few weeks ago with my partner. I've been taking him through it and certain episodes. So watched another one, and it's such a great show. It's when you look back at it, it's such a blend of very modern comedy but it's set in an ancient world with ancient stories and myths and legends, and they did such an interesting job with it. There'll never be anything like it again.
Great. Let's get another question.
Yes.
Right. What question you'd like to be asked?
Ask me what my sign is, my astrological sign.
Please tell me what your astro sign is.
I'm a Pisces. I'm a proud Pisces. I am the prince of the Pisces. I tell everyone, I constantly talk about it on my Instagram that I'm a Pisces. And I have a Virgo moon, and I'm rising in Cancer. And I think my combination's really great, so.
Oh, there you go. My mom is placed, my mom as well. My mom is March. Okay. Yeah.
And you're in November. Scorpio, yes. Yeah. I love Scorpios. They're one of my favorites, fellow water sign.
Tell me about the Scorpio. What do you know about the characteristics of Scorpio? Do you know any? I have
several friends that are Scorpios. Scorpios are very resourceful and very deep thinkers, very passionate, very intense. They kind of rule the subconscious and like the underworld of ourselves.
That's true.
And so there's a lot of depth there, and in many ways, Scorpio can be like the most spiritual sign of the zodiac. And Scorpios are very intense, and sometimes that manifests as like very harsh energy, but yes. I think it's just really strong energy. So I've always appreciated Scorpios.
How about the negativity of the Scorpio?
They definitely have that. I mean, all signs have their negative signs. Scorpios can be a little bit manipulative, a little bit cunning.
Jealous is the worst. It's the worst. Jealousy. Yeah. Oh my God. You just get blind. You just get blind. You don't see anything around you. You just. Yes, exactly. It's the worst. So Scorpio is the worst.
Yeah.
How about your partner? What's his astro sign?
Taurus.
Yeah.
Which is great for Pisces, so.
Great. Let's go for another one. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what's the best compliment have you ever received?
The best compliment I've ever received, I would say, comes from my teaching. And that is, if there's been a particular class where someone has said, your class really moved me, not only physically, but emotionally, and I felt connected to something higher or something deeper, that's the best compliment I can ever receive, is just really knowing that what I'm doing has an impact on people. Because I don't really like to do work that I don't see has a direct impact. I really need my work to be touching someone, even if it's just one person. So that's always the most gratifying thing.
Amazing. How did you manage your classes during this lockdown period? Or how are you managing?
A lot of virtual classes, especially in the beginning, and it kind of pushed me into doing YouTube classes as well, which has been a fun journey. It's a lot of journey with technology. It's a lot of journey with just, you know, teaching in a different format. It's completely different. And now, as we've kind of started to ease, we have outdoor classes right now, but we're actually starting to go back into studios with a lot of restrictions and very limited capacities and protocols and all of that. But I will be getting back to it. But for the most part, it's been virtual, and then some outdoor stuff as well too.
Oh, new world right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
The new world. Oh my God. Right, let's get another question. Jonny, just before the next question, just for curiosity, do you have like a limit of classes you can give per day? Like how many classes can you give per day? What is the, let's say, the healthy way of teaching yoga?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say my absolute max for teaching on any one day would be 4 classes, but I would prefer to keep it like 2 to 3 classes per day. And yeah, I think that's probably the best balance for me, because, you know, it takes a lot out of you physically and your voice, and especially when we're in studio, if the studio is heated, you're sweating a lot. So 2 to 3 classes.
What would be your theme song if you had your own show?
Oh my gosh, my own show. It would be something like very disco, upbeat. I'm actually working on a podcast right now that I will launch at some point soon, hopefully in the next month. And my friend, who's the music producer, is producing sort of a like ABBA inspired sort of disco thing. So I think if there's like an existing song out there right now, my favorite song is Say So by Doja Cat. So I might use that as a theme song until I wanted to update it with something else.
Okay, let's... Right, do you have any nicknames?
Nicknames, Johnny Boy. Johnny, you know, my name is Jonny La Pasta, so people will just call me Jonny La Pasta. It's like a longer name, but it's a nickname. Growing up, one of my nicknames was Tiger. My father used to call me that. And then Johnny Roast Beef when I was really little, because I was kind of like a little chunky ham when I was a baby. So like, it's Johnny Roast Beef. And that has followed me around to this day. So
Why Tiger?
I don't know. He just called me Tiger, so, which I'm good with. I think that's a great nickname.
But he still calls you, or no? Just when you were growing up?
Just when I was growing up, yeah.
Cool. Let's go for another one. Wow. Next question is, what's the most memorable lesson you learned from your parents?
Oh gosh, definitely lessons from my mom, and that is to just be a really kind human and be a trustworthy human, and really show up for the people in your life. My mom is a really dedicated person, and she's someone that universally everyone, family, friends, acquaintances, really trust her with secrets, with when they need support, with doing things that are kind of like they wouldn't trust anyone else with. And so I learned a lot from her in that way, and I've kind of tried to emulate that in my life, and I feel like I hold that same sort of trust with my friends and family that she does with hers.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Easy. Let's go for another one, Jonny. Let's do it. Right. Describe yourself in a positive and a negative word only.
Okay. Positive, passionate. Negative, controlling.
Are you sure you're a Pisces, not a Scorpio?
I feel like my Pisces Virgo Scorpio or combo makes me kind of like a Scorpio holistically. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Because we are very controlling. Oh my God, it's a good control, that like this feeling of controlling, you know. Right, I've got 3 questions left. Okay, Jonny? Let's do it. Okay. Right, what is the one food you could eat for the rest of your life?
Pasta.
What's your favorite pasta?
Oh gosh, it depends on the season, really. But if I had to choose one, like spaghetti bolognese would probably be my favorite.
I love carbonara. It's my favorite.
Love carbonara too. That was on my mind for a second. I almost said that one.
Carbonara. Oof, I can eat like forever. I could eat forever. Right, 2 questions left.
Okay.
Right, what makes you very sentimental?
Everything. I'm just a very sentimental person. I'm very, very Pisces in that way. Very like, oh, this is so sweet. But I would say there are certain songs that if they come on, it makes me very sentimental and nostalgic and really thinking about people that maybe the song is drawing memories of.
Right, last question. Let's do it.
Okay.
Last question is, what has been the happiest point of your life?
Oh, wow. It's, I think I have 2 answers for it. On one hand, it's been in some of my travels around the world and just feeling completely free and disconnected from a schedule and disconnected from, kind of the demands of my normal life and meeting new people and seeing these beautiful sights. So that's definitely been some of my happiest times. And then, just really simple times with family and friends. And like, I wouldn't even say around the holidays or something like that. It's just a random night having friends and family over for dinner and having music playing and eating and laughing and having wine and just really simple moments. I would say there's definitely, I felt a lot of gratitude in those times.
So priceless when you have people around you just having like a simple time, isn't it? I love that. Oh my God, yeah. It's a very, I wouldn't say important, but it's very cheerful, moment.
Yeah.
Very cheerful. Right, John, it's not the end yet. What am I going to do now? I'm going to give away some words and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking.
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Greed.
Love.
Family.
Family. If I say family?
Family, the word. Love.
Okay. Life.
Life. Growth.
Sex.
Fun.
Politics.
Exhausting.
Religion.
An attempt at spirituality.
Fear.
Fear. Being held back.
Friendship.
Friendship. Love.
Desire.
Passion.
Regrets.
No regrets.
Wish.
Dreaming big.
Right. The last one, yoga.
Yoga. Unity.
Cool. Now let's pretend now I'm going to have a coffee with your mom and I'm going to ask your mom, tell me the most beautiful thing about Jonny and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think your mom would tell me?
Okay. My mom would tell you that the most beautiful thing about me is that I'm really passionate, and that extends into all areas of my life, into my relationships with my friends, my relationships with my family, and whatever I'm working on and whatever I'm doing. And I really put all of my energy behind those things. And she would say where I need to grow is to release control and be a little bit more flexible sometimes.
Tiger.
Yes.
Right, Johnny, now let's play Johnny and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Right, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, question for you. If you could be one of the following mythological creatures, which would you be? Merman, centaur, dragon, or phoenix?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Tough one.
Right, I would say Phoenix.
Okay, rise from those ashes.
Yes, I would say that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, compared with the other ones, for sure. I don't know why. I'm sorry, I don't have like a full explanation to you, but
No, okay.
yeah, for sure. That's for sure. You have a good time?
I had such a great time. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun, and I'm so happy to get to connect with you. And we made it work despite the 8-hour time difference. And
True, isn't it? That's true. No, thank you so much, John. I think you were very sweet. Since when I invite you, you're very sweet. Just look very quick on my website, on my profile, and just saw some of the work I've been doing, and I'm very grateful that you accept. It's nice, as I said, it's nice to connect with people, from the other side, and share experience, share point of views, and yeah, you're a very sweet person. You're very friendly as well. My God, I could be here with you like another hour. Asking
I know,
questions.
me too.
And you have so much, like, it's very funny because you come across a very confident person, which I like, very confident, you have like answer like straightforward, but I can see as well, you're such a sweet guy, and you're very supportive as well. That's very nice to have.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that, and I feel the same for you. You're very sweet. You're obviously very thoughtful with your questions, and I appreciate you reaching out.
Thanks so much. And before you go, if you can share a positive quote, a positive message, something that inspires you in life.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What's a good one I want to share? To conquer others is to have power, and to conquer yourself is to know the way. It's from the House of Lao in China. And what that can really translate to is, while our society may have us focused on achieving and earning lots of money and having lots of things, really to be able to find peace within yourself and contentment and gratitude wherever you are, that's really knowing the way and living your best life.
Wow, it's very interesting. Right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right, excellent.
Thanks so much, Johnny. All the best, okay?
You.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.